This is Charlie giving you Friday's market commentary. Hope you're very well. Just looking to get short on the euro here, so I've got the deal ticket already. It's 8:30 a.m. Haven't been anything going on yet, so I've just deleted all the what I've been talking about so far because there's nothing going on really too much just yet. But I'm looking to get a short in on the euro dollar, euro yen, and I'm just going to see how that's going to go. It's obviously counter trend because overall trend, because if we look at the hourly chart, then you can see what's been going on all week. But I'm looking at the potential for this to have a run down to here we go. So let's start to initiate some orders. So let me shush for a minute. See if we can get some in. And, oh, not letting me get in there. It's not letting me in yet. See if we can get. Oh, it's gone quiet. What's happening? My broker doesn't want to allow me in. Come on then. I'll press pause for a second just while I'm figuring out what's going on with my brokerage because it's paused on me. Bear with me a second. Okay, I've got it back, but I had to do a reboot on it. But it's sort of running away from me at the moment. So I've only got the 2 orders in at the moment. So let's just bring over the account. Oh, as you can see. Oh, let's have a look. Hopefully sizes. Yeah, I've put in bigger size this week anyway. So, but I wanted to get more in yet, so we'll see. But so I'm doing it in 150,000 clips as opposed to 100,000, which is what we're normally doing. So just increasing the size because we need to increase the size of these Friday updates, or certainly the clip size, and so see if we can get some more in actually in a second. So I'm just going to put my stop will be up in the 80s up here and just see how that's going to pan out. But looking to get a few in. Here we go. Oh, okay, 59. Looking to get a few in, but it's a different sort of tactic this morning because I've just waited for the market to come down and then just selling into that weakness, so to speak. There we go. Let's get another one off. So I've got 4 in now. As opposed to sometimes where you just, so I've got the 4 in, where sometimes obviously you're trying to sell into a resistance zone for it to come down. So it's just a slightly different tactic this morning. So I have targets down at 109.20. We're at 109.60 at the moment. So a reasonable amount down. Let's go and have a look and see what the euro dollar's doing itself. I think that's weakened off quite nicely, as you can see. So it's a shame the euro yen's not weakened off to the same extent, but nevertheless. So I'll get my stops sorted out. So I'll put them up here in the 80s. I think give it a bit of what did we get into 60. So yeah, it's going to be, yeah, it's got to be. It's just decent range here today, so it's going to have to be up there. But my potential reward is quite big as well. I'm not looking for only 5 pips, 10 pips, or anything like that. So, so the risk to reward is still okay on this trade. So, but it's fairly quiet at the moment. It's a shame it's not moving like the euro dollar there, which is moving a little bit better. We'll see how it's going to pan out. I suspect, certainly, as I'm going to be looking for that much more of a move, this one's going to take quite a while to play out, even if it does come down for me. But in the meantime, obviously, we don't know if it's going to come up for my stop yet. But certainly for now, then that's the trade. Oh yeah, so what I'm looking for is the daily pivot. So if we go out and have a look at the hourly chart again, we've got a daily pivot down here around about 20 and 109.20 area, just below there, but we'll call it 109.20. So we haven't actually tested the daily pivot since Monday. So it's gone through 1, 2, 3. We're on our 4th day of not testing it, and our chaps in the trading room know the stats on it and say, well, that's quite rare for that to happen. Now it doesn't mean to say it can't go another day without testing it, but as we've got rolling over momentum here this morning on the euro yen, that's why I've picked the euro yen as opposed to the euro, and so we'll see if it's going to play out for it today. And so I won't be looking to move my stop down for a while yet. Even if it comes down a bit, then great. Then I might be able to move it down to maybe these highs here. But it's got a bit of work to do yet. So for now, we're 5 minutes into it. Let me show you the account. There we go. There's the four trades that are in. So remember, we're in 150,000 clip size, so actually I don't need that. That can come over here, come off screen for now. So in 150,000 clip side, I need to get my stop sorted out, and we're just going to see how this one's going to go. So for now, let's press pause, and we'll come back to it. Oh, just while we're playing out this trade, the ETX trading competition, the trading competition we did from sort of mid to late October, whenever it started, through to the end of November, we got the results in, and the person who came top was a chap called Majid. Excuse me, Majid Ali. Congratulations, you won the competition. It was done on a demo accounts, and so everyone had the same opportunity. You could obviously try and smash it for the hills if you wanted to, or you could just try and trade normally with it. And Majid put in a huge 314% gain on the account. So congratulations to you. I suspect that there was probably a little bit of leverage going on there, but congratulations to Majid, and we will get a prize out in the post to you. So Sam hopefully has emailed you by now and contacted you for your address, and we'll get a prize out to Majid. So Majid did really well. The second best did 128%. And then the third best did 42%. So there you go. So there's the top three figures anyway. But it's Majid who gets the prize. So congratulations to him. And that was it was a worthwhile doing that competition with ETX's platform, or I think they were using their MT4 platform, but anyway, not their spread betting platform. But even so, it was good to do. So congratulations to Majid. Anyway, I shall press pause again. Just back, I've been getting ready. I'm just about to have my brekkie. As you can see, Euro Yen, it came down, actually came all the way down to 50. So at that point, it would have been, if I was only looking for a 10-point trade, it would have been a nice enough trade. But that's not what we're looking for. Then it came all the way up to 70s. At the moment, it still could go either way. But I have a trade idea, have a trade plan, and when you have that, then you stick with that plan. So my trade plan is that I'm looking for this ultimately to roll over. At the moment, it's struggling to go lower, which means that it could well want to come higher, funnily enough. And so, and it's looking like it's trying to build at the moment for that. Let's just hope that it doesn't come up into those. I think I'm going to have that stop up that high, actually. It just makes sense to have it up there. Still, from a risk reward perspective, it's still okay. But I think it needs to be up there, because I think this is possibly going to play around a bit. Maybe could easily come up into the 80s and maybe into the 90s before it rolls over. Obviously, if I'm right. Basically, what's happened so far, it's come down to an hourly 21. Let's see if we can see that. Okay, on the signal charts, it's come down to hit this blue line, this hourly 21. So it's playing for a bit. And obviously, with a trade like this, I'm looking for a bigger target. So, like I said earlier on, it's going to take a lot longer to play out. So this is going to be one of those video updates where I'm going to be, it's going to take hours and hours, most likely, for it to play out. If it plays out in my favour, it'll still take quite a long time. So I'll press pause again. So that's the philosophy behind this. You've got the philosophy behind this today, the trade idea. And now it's just a case of I'll just sit through all of that, and I'll go down the gym shortly, and I'll come back, and we'll just see how it's all getting on. So at the moment, there's the trades. So just sat there, and so just wait and see how it's all going to play out. Ultimately, so it's the thing is with this is if I lose, the thing is, and the other thing is, remember, I always show the P&L so you can see it for the purposes of the trade on these Friday updates. I've got to be quick because my porridge is getting cold. But obviously, when you're normally trading, you wouldn't normally be watching your P&L. It's purely for the purposes of these updates. But anyway, so from a risk perspective, then if it comes all the way up, then I'll probably be losing probably a couple of thousand on the trade. But if it comes down, then I'll be making a couple of thousand on the trade. So that's the idea. So it'll be a bigger loss, but also a potential bigger winner. We've spent most of the year just doing small trades, 100,000 sizes, and making a few £100 each week, most weeks, and But it's time to, as we go into the new year, to start upping the ante a little bit and playing bigger sizes. Now, not always will I be looking for big moves like today, but that's the idea as we go forwards. Anyway, I'll press pause for now. Right, I'm just back from the gym. It's now just coming up to 11 o'clock. And as you can see, Euro Yen has rolled over. It's been down to what, 40 or so? So at that point, up 20 pips. But looking for, I put orders in place. Some orders are in play on the account for the lower zone. Maybe if I'd have been here, I might have taken one off because it was the 30-minute 50 MA, as we can see here. There we go, 30-minute 50. So that's what it's bouncing off of at the moment. And euro dollar is held up quite well, actually, the euro dollar itself, rather than euro yen. There you go, euro dollar didn't get that sell off that the euro yen's had, so that's holding up quite well. So I think that maybe we're in for another bounce. So the potential is, if I bring the pen up, well, obviously stops up here, but the potential is that still yet we may still come up, may want to break these highs, and then still, if we don't come up and stop me out, then still then roll over later this afternoon. So this video update could still take many hours yet, but that is often a potential that it will want to come out and take any stops out that are around here in this zone, take those out and then roll over again, just to be awkward. So that's the potential. So like I said, playing this off the bigger time frame, so playing for bigger points. Quite often, if I was only playing on a normal video update, remember, with 10-point stops and the likes, then I would have probably been out of this trade. Actually, I probably would have been out of this trade down here when we first had the first 10 pips. But this is a different trade idea on this one. So what I'm trying to do is to demonstrate a couple of different things. One is trading off of bigger time frames and playing for longer periods, rather than just trying to go for those short, sharp ones. Thank you very much, out, video update done. And also delayed gratification, which is what we're talking about here. You're waiting, and not just saying, oh, look how much I'm maybe up or whatever in your account, and then just taking the profit. You're looking at delayed gratification, looking for a bigger move there. So I'm trying to demonstrate all of that here today. So anyway, we shall see how it gets on. I shall press pause and come back to this as and when. Just back. It's now pretty much 1 o'clock. And as you can see, what happened was what I was talking about earlier on did in fact happen, in that we did come up, would have taken out a load of stops here. We came up and we've rolled back over, but still no follow through to this yet. We're still holding. Bit of divergent type behavior down there. It's struggling with the support levels. If I come to the higher time frames, it seems to be struggling to go down, and essentially that's what's happened with euro as well. So it's giving me a little bit of I say concern, but I'm looking at this and thinking, well, euro has failed to go lower than it did earlier on this morning. Euro is holding up, and that's what's holding up the euro yen as well. So in that sense, it's a little bit more concerning, because we're just not getting the follow through to the downside as yet. I'm going to have to move my stop to the high of this, because this is the bar that would have taken out a load of stops. So I'm having my lunch at the moment, and would have taken out a load of stops. So it's still relatively high relative to where the entry was. So it's still just over 20 pips, but it's obviously less than it was. So at the moment we're still in profit, but we're trying to play the long game. And this is the thing when you're playing the long game, is that, and that's the nice thing about, normally I try and do the short game for you because it's a little bit more entertainment, by in, out, bish bosh and move on, as opposed to these types of trades where you're playing the long game, which is a lot more difficult when you're doing a video update. So anyway, for now, stop will be moved to this high here, and we'll just see how this is going to play out. Right, we are still really languishing. My concern for the markets at the moment is that, let's see if I can show you that. If we do come up, I'm just thinking it's taken all day to do this. I think I need to take some off, unfortunately. I don't really want to have to do it because I wanted to demonstrate taking, there we go, it's taken 2 off, and I'll move my stop down, taking a bigger run, which we may still get on the final portion, but I've got to protect, or to an extent, the downside now. If it's going to come up, then it's been taking such a long time that it'd be a shame to then on a Friday afternoon waiting all day for the trade to kick in to then up it having a lose or whatever. So unfortunately, just got to take the profit off there for now. So bank some, and stop's going to be moved down to probably down to about 70, down to here now, and we'll see how it plays out. Okay, so finally it has come down, and so bit of a shame actually, taking the having to take that profit off just as we came down there. So bit of a shame that let's go back and recap that we came all the way back in and we're struggling to make new lows here. Thought we were going to come down here, sat sideways. I'm watching the euro dollar at that point, and euro dollar was, and actually euro dollar still hasn't come down, as you can see. So I think, oh sorry, yeah, euro dollar's here now. But even having said that, euro dollar, let's just make sure I've got this set right. Okay, yeah, euro dollar still struggled to come down. So with all of that in the background, you do have to look at your currencies and the relationships between them. I ended up taking some of those profits off. But anyway, needless to say, a decent day. It could have been somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 today if we'd have come down here this morning, just retraced and then rolled over. Obviously, I would have left it. It was only because I ended up taking some off there because it's been 5.5 hours since we initiated that trade. But the good thing is that just demonstrating here. So here's the 4 sales and here's the 4 buybacks, and so a decent return. Excuse me, returns about $1,000 for the day. And I've only had to do 1 trade, but the downside to that is that if it had been a loser, then I'd have lost, and may only been 1 trade if it had taken all that time to have come up. And that's the thing, time was starting to run, and I know that it's a Friday afternoon, and that you don't want to then if it to then start gradually creeping up, and then all of a sudden you're getting stopped out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. It's just been sat in that 1 trade. So that's the benefit of those sort of trades, is that these sort of trades is that you can just get on and do other things. You just let them do their thing. Like I said, the target was down at 109.20. I put a limit. My limit was at 22, just ahead of that. And so the benefit is that when you're doing trades like that, is that it's easy. You're going for more points generally, as you can see there, and therefore get more bucks per trade. But obviously, you're still going to have your losing trades as well. And so, but it's a shame actually, because I was gunning for 1,000 to 2,000 today. And so, but anyway, we've got the new year for that, and so that's the plan as we go into the new year, is to do a little bit more of this sort of trading, whereby just put a trade on and hold it and go for those bigger moves. And so we'll start doing those. We've spent a year I've been doing these video updates of live trading pretty much every Friday, showing you some nice sharp fast moving trades, and that's all great fun when you're trying to be super precise. Today I was demonstrating a different sort of philosophy where you're not trying to be super precise. You're giving it enough room to wiggle and to build, and just letting it breathe, and then playing the bigger picture. So that was what was going on there today. Anyway, congratulations to Margie Ali again, and look forward to seeing what we have next Friday. Wow, last trading day of the year for me will be next Friday. Whether the markets are moving much, they might be. So we'll see what happens next week. Have a fabulous weekend. Back in touch then.